Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, a Louise woman missing for more than 2 weeks. Authorities are asking for the public's help. Plus, Texas lawmakers propose eliminating property taxes entirely. And a Victoria man faces 7 charges, including assault on a police officer and family violence.
Rain shower moved to the crossroads a little bit ago. Here comes another one that's about to enter in the city from the north and northeast. When does the rain begin to shut down, and when does the cool air arrive for our region? We'll take a look coming up in the forecast.
Plus, a woman reported missing is found in the Guadalupe River and brought to safety. You're watching 25 News now at 5. Good afternoon, and thanks for being with us. I'm Shawna Currie. Well, the search for a missing Louise woman is in its 3rd week with no new clues. Shaylin McLean was last seen on the morning of August 16th walking on FM 1160 towards Louise. McLean is about 5 feet 4 inches tall, 150 pounds, with short black hair, but may be wearing a black wig. She has brown eyes. Anyone with information should contact the Wharton County Sheriff's Office. And a woman reported missing in Gonzales is rescued from the Guadalupe River. Gonzales police searched Independence Park after they got a report of a woman acting in a concerning manner. Officers were not able to locate the woman, but they did, however, find a vehicle they believed belonged to her. The next day, officers were contacted by a couple saying they had not heard from their daughter. The couple gave the same name as the registered owner of that vehicle that was found at the park. So when officers went back to search the park, they heard someone yelling for help, saw a woman in the river holding onto a branch. EMS and rescue were called in and brought the 41-year-old woman to safety. She was then taken to the hospital to be treated. Her identity is not being released at this time. Well, can the Texas legislature eliminate all property taxes? That's what a Senate committee has been tasked with looking at, and senators expressed skepticism on the issue. As Michael Adkinson reports, eliminating property taxes would cost the state tens of billions of dollars.
How would we pay for that? I'm just trying to...
That's the $80 billion question.
Imagine if the state were to lose $81 billion. That's how much Texas earned last year from school district property taxes. And now senators are evaluating whether or not they can cut those taxes entirely, effectively cutting tens of billions of dollars from the state.
All the money you put on higher ed, all the money in public ed, all the money for Medicaid, all the money for mental health, human trafficking, all the things that the state has made priorities, we would not have the funding for. Is that correct? If we didn't collect $81.5 billion.
Last session, the Texas legislature passed sweeping property tax cuts. Now, Republican leaders, including Governor Greg Abbott, want the state to go even further.
What taxpayers would benefit from even more is a complete elimination of that property tax rate altogether.
Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick has now tasked state senators to evaluate whether or not the state can entirely get rid of those school property taxes, or even property taxes entirely. Some lawmakers, both Democrat and Republican, expressed skepticism.
Diversity in revenue is a policy that I think we need to acknowledge as we have these conversations.
To me, it seems that we have an assumption that our economy will always be strong and have a surplus. But that's not really the case if we look at past history.
With no state income tax and property tax cuts being reduced, that would leave the sales tax as the majority of money coming into the state. The comptroller's office says, though, the sales tax in Texas would have to increase from 6.25% today to around 22%, just to make up for losses if Texas were to get rid of property taxes.
So this brings us to today's viewer poll. Do you support the Texas legislature's proposal to eliminate all property taxes? Yes, no, or prefer an alternate solution? Right now, 69% of you say that you do support completely eliminating property tax. 19% say no, and 12% would like to see other alternative solutions. But we want to hear from you. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to participate, and we'll have your latest thoughts on 25 News Now at 6. A 37-year-old Victoria man is facing 7 charges, including assault of a police officer, continuous violence against a family member, and evading arrest with previous conviction. Jesus Valadez is in the Victoria County Jail on a total $145,350 bond. The new school year is kicking off at the University of Houston, Victoria. Convocation was held this morning with University President Bob Glenn making opening remarks. Glenn reminded students to put their best foot forward as they begin a new semester. Christina Ramos is a sophomore and graduate of Victoria West High School. She transferred from Victoria College to UHV.
It's a new experience. I think everyone should at least try to go to university at least once in their life. It doesn't have to be now or in the future, but at least enjoy the moment, enjoy the experience, make new friends, do activities, and just enjoy the environment.
Ramos says that she is thankful for her educational opportunities and for having a four-year university right here in her hometown. Well, now let's take a look at your first warned storm team forecast. Meteorologist Trey Meinig is in this evening for Mac Perez. Trey, what's going on outside?
Yeah, Shawna, we have some more rain showers moving through Victoria as we speak. One earlier is now just south of the city. And here comes another one near Victoria Regional Airport about to move through next few minutes or so. All of these rain showers, and notice the direction coming in like this from the northeast to southwest around the circulation center in the Gulf of Mexico we've been watching for the last several days. What's up with that? But currently we're 86 degrees in Victoria with cloudy skies, rain showers in the area. Feel like temperature 97 degrees. Northerly winds around that low and good visibility so far. What about the forecast for the weekend? Looking better, I tell you that. We'll give you the details coming up a little bit later on in the full forecast. Shauna?
Thanks a lot, Trey. Well, an El Campo man is facing 5 charges, including invasive visual recording. 45-year-old Adam Aquilar was arrested by Wharton County deputies. The other charges that he's facing include aggravated assault against a public servant and resisting arrest. And Kevin Morgan of Victoria is facing a charge of theft of property over $2,500 with 2 or more previous convictions. 29-year-old Morgan was arrested by Victoria Police and is currently in the Victoria County Jail on $60,000 bond. Former Texas Governor Rick Perry is joining House Speaker Dade Phelan's team as a senior advisor. Perry was the longest-serving governor in Texas history. The Texas Tribune reports that Perry gives Phelan a strong conservative on his side as he tries to shake off challenges from the chamber's leadership from 3 other Republicans. Phelan's challengers have accused the Beaumont Republican of being insufficiently conservative and holding up legislation supported by hardline conservatives. Well, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click the notification bell so that you receive a notification when we upload new content. Well, stay with us. Straight ahead on 25 News now at 5. SpaceX Falcon 9 launches 21 new Starlink satellites. We'll take a look at the purpose of those satellites. Also ahead, the CDC issues an alert on the Oropouche virus. We'll find out if we should be concerned.
Under Kamala, the United States is becoming a third world banana republic. She and her party are censoring speech, weaponizing the justice system, and trying to throw their political opponents, me, in jail. This hasn't happened. I didn't do that to Crooked Hillary. I said that would be a terrible thing, wouldn't it? Putting the wife of the President of the United States in jail. But they view it differently, I guess, nowadays, but that's okay. And they always have to remember that two can play the game.
Trump framed his proposals as a bold step towards reshaping the political and economic landscape of the country. The Department of Justice is expanding its investigation into the Whispergate malware attack, which targeted Ukrainian computer systems. Baltimore officials announced a superseding indictment, adding 5 Russian military intelligence officers as defendants and expanding charges against a previously indicted Russian civilian. All are now charged with conspiracy to commit computer intrusion and wire fraud aimed at accessing, stealing data from, and destroying Ukrainian president's government systems ahead of Russia's 2022 invasion.
These conspirators did not limit their activities to Ukraine. They targeted computers around the world and used computer infrastructures of an unwitting U.S.-based company to conduct the Whispergate attacks.
According to officials, the Whispergate attacks also targeted computer systems of NATO members, including the United States. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket lifted off from the Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida today, carrying another load of Starlink satellites into orbit. The 21 satellites on board for today's mission brings the total number up to more than 7,000 for SpaceX, although some of those have since been retired. 13 of the new satellites will provide direct-to-cell internet access to smartphones, according to the company. Just over 8 minutes after launch, the Falcon 9 rocket's first stage landed as planned on a recovery ship in the Atlantic. This is the 15th flight for this particular booster. In health news, a little-known virus is causing a big concern, prompting the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to sound the alarm on the Oropouche virus after travel-related cases have been reported in the U.S. and Europe.
It's a disease spread by insect bites, especially from biting midges, a type of tiny fly, and some mosquitoes. More than 8,000 cases of Oropouche virus have been reported this year as of August 1st. Most have been in South America, but infections are spreading to other countries where it's never been. At least 21 U.S. travelers returning from Cuba have tested positive for the virus.
The illness can make you very sick within 7 days.
Dr. Lizette Cardona with Cleveland Clinic says symptoms include an abrupt fever, severe headache, muscle and joint aches. In rare cases, the disease can infect the nervous system and cause meningitis and encephalitis.
Luckily, most people can recover from the illness, although it can come back a few days later.
Cardona says the virus is especially dangerous to those who are pregnant, as an infection can potentially spread to the fetus, causing harm. Since there's no vaccine, the best protection is preventing bug bites. Wear loose-fitting long-sleeve shirts and pants. Use EPA-registered insect repellent that's labeled for use against flies and biting flies, and stay in air-conditioned places to keep insects outside.
Most of the cases in the U.S. have been imported from travel overseas. But due to the recent cases in Cuba, we remain very vigilant.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The CDC says there is currently no evidence of local transmission of the virus here in the U.S. All cases have been brought into the country from those who have traveled, but the agency says the current outbreak has raised concerns that the Oropouche virus could spread to the United States. Scientists say biting midge species on both sides of the country could potentially carry the virus. Texas schools are hiring more teachers without traditional training. They're hoping that the state will pay to prepare them. To read this full Texas Tribune article, come to our website, crossroadstoday.com.
And the humidity is still in place. No triple-digit heat index values currently, but by the time we get to 5 o'clock, which are already there, at 6 p.m., still in the 90s around here, feel like temperature. With the rain coming on through once again for the day today. When does the rain end and the cooler air move in? We'll give you the details coming up next in your forecast. And good afternoon, everyone. Trey Mining here. Another rain shower moving through the Victoria region as we speak. Brief heavy rainfall occurring now near the Zach Lentz Parkway Loop and moving toward downtown Victoria. So the whole city pretty much will get a good dose of rain shower here before too much longer, pretty much moving in as we speak. And this is all around the circulation center in the Gulf of Mexico. That will show you a little bit more on that later on. We've been watching for the last several days. And of course, tomorrow, the football forecast, CFL, Crossroads Football Live, the game of the week is the big game, Victoria West versus Victoria East, Memorial Stadium. 7 p.m. is the kickoff time. 81 degrees at the kickoff time temperature with winds from the northeast and partly cloudy skies. Looks pretty good actually for the high school football. So get out there and enjoy the game. Looking at the big picture tropical activity, we're pretty much at the normal peak of hurricane season right around this date and have a few things to watch. Nothing is really pressing or anything has any great chance of getting organized, but a lot of tropical waves out there. Let's move it closer to home here. There's the one off our coast here, and it's continuing to move toward Louisiana, so don't have much time to get its act together. But there's another one we're watching in the Caribbean Sea right here, moving toward the Yucatan, and probably more than likely re-emerging in the Bay of Campeche, the Southern Gulf. This will be a factor in our weather, increasing our rain chances after we get past the weekend and a little dose of cool air headed our way. So kind of see what we're looking at down the road. And here's the low pressure area. Everything's circulating around the low pressure area. That's why we have the storms moving in from the northeast to southwest or across the Crossroads region. They'll continue to do that for the rest of the evening, this evening. That low pressure area moving away. And then northerly winds taking hold and the front moving through, coming up on your Friday or so. And to give us some cooler air and definitely some drier conditions. I think you'll be liking the low humidity that we anticipate moving through, coming through by Friday into the weekend, with some beautiful sunshine to enjoy. A few rain showers for the rest of the night tonight, maybe a few tomorrow, first half of the day as the front begins to make its impact. Well, we're starting off at 9 a.m. with cloudy skies. It's got a rain shower again for your day tomorrow here and there, more than likely beginning to fade out and move out by the time we get to about 3, 4, 5 o'clock, with partly cloudy skies by 6 p.m. and football temperatures in the low 80s. Port Lavaca, cloudy skies. Scattered rain showers and storms again during the afternoon hours, especially during that time. 87 degrees would be the daytime high pretty much. And Victoria as well, starting off with cloudy skies. Scattered rain showers throughout the day into the afternoon, into maybe the early evening, but should not be impacting the football forecast at all. Looks pretty nice for that. Get out there and enjoy the game and root on for your favorite team. And scattered showers again for your day tomorrow, only 40% chances. And nice and sunny for the weekend, low humidities. Look at the lows in the 60s coming up for the weekend as well. Another rain chance with that tropical moisture coming in off the Gulf of Mexico again, coming up by Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So back to the humidity at that time. So let's enjoy the little break we'll have over the weekend with sunny skies and enjoy that low humidity. Get out there and enjoy it. Take a look at this right here. This is the QR code. Let's see, it's coming up on the screen, I think. And momentarily, the QR code coming up, there we go. Get your smartphone, scan the code. You see right there, they'll take you to a web page. You can download our app. News, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient. Free of charge as well to be connected with us. Shawna?
All right, thanks a lot, Trey. Well, coming up on 25 News now at 5, we'll take a look at your stocks. Plus, U.S. private sector job growth slows. We'll take a look at the important numbers to watch this week on the economy. Taking a look at today's stock activity, the Dow down 219 points, the S&P 500 down 17 points, and the Nasdaq up 43 points. Oil is up 12 cents, closing at $69.15 per barrel. Hiring cooled significantly in the U.S. private sector last month. Today, payroll processor ADP reported businesses adding 99,000 jobs in August, well below economists' expectations of 141,000 and lower than July's revised total of 111,000. While ADP's numbers don't always align with the official federal jobs report, they are often seen as an indicator of overall hiring trends. Tomorrow's report for August could be crucial in assessing the health of both employment and the broader economy. Well, Friday's U.S. jobs report could also be more consequential than usual, providing a key indicator of where the nation's economy is headed. It's expected that the Federal Reserve will cut rates later this month, with Friday's jobs numbers likely to indicate the size of that cut. This would be the Fed's first rate cut in 2.5 years, when it started tightening up to help fight inflation. Economists are forecasting the U.S. unemployment rate to drop to 4.2%. That would be a welcome slowdown after last month's report, that is. Well, stay with us. We will take one last look at your forecast when we come back. Plus, a cat lost in Chicago found thousands of miles from home. And now here's a look at what's coming up on World News Tonight, right after 25 News Now at 5.
100 degrees at night, the extreme heat in the west, and tracking the flood watches. Plus, we're on the campaign trail as the clock ticks down to the first debate. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
A stray cat found at an animal sanctuary in Florida isn't just any stray. He was found wearing a collar, so the cat was scanned and did have a microchip. Well, it linked him back to an owner hundreds of miles away in Chicago. A sanctuary volunteer was surprised to learn the cat, named Marble, I'm guessing because of its coloring, had traveled across several states. But after months on her own, Marble will soon be reunited with her original owner on a farm in Illinois. And of course, this is a reminder for all of us the importance of microchipping our pets. So very long travels for Marble.
Very much so. I guess she's wanted to take a vacation down to Florida.
I guess so. Too cold up in Chicago.
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, and a quick little update on Cheeto that we talked about last night. Still looking for him. So he's been spotted, but have not been able to catch him today.
Okay, wish them the best in catching him.
Yeah, so. All right, well, before we go, a last look at our forecast. Looks like the nice weather's coming.
It's on the way. Hold on a little while longer. It will be here, and it'll be worth the wait. Currently, we have rain showers moving through Victoria, kind of circulating around the low pressure area in the Gulf. So dealing a little rain showers this evening, should be gone after sunset, I'm pretty much thinking. And then rain shower chances for your day tomorrow, first half of the day. Then cooler conditions with low humidity, 60s for lows coming up for the weekend and next week. Back to the humidity and rainfall next week later on.
All right, good for football tomorrow night, though.
Yes, looking great.
All right. Well, thank you for being with us. We hope to see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.